everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope all's good wherever you are. In this video, we're watching Matt Walsh debate a transgender at a Young America event. All the links for the original video will be in the description down below. Let's get to it.
Hi, Matt. I'm transgender. I'm born and raised here in New Mexico. I have a graduate degree in information technology, marketing, business, and finance. I own my own home. I pay taxes. I have a six-figure job. I'm a respected professional in Albuquerque. I'm a mother. My life experience is that I'm an awesome person. I am well-liked. I'm responsible. And I think I'm pretty cool.
Sorry to stop it so quick, but I don't think anybody's out there arguing that you can't be a nice person, that you can't be smart, that you can't have a good job and be a responsible adult just because you're a trans person. What the people on our side are saying is that you're not the same as a biological woman if you were born a biological male, or vice versa. But in my opinion, like, you could still be a smart person, educated, have a good job, be a respected member of society. I have no issues with that, but you're not going to bend the truth in trying to make me believe that you're the same as a biological woman. Sorry to stop it. Let's get back to it.
You touched on something. You said something earlier that for you, when somebody calls you a man, it doesn't faze you because, like, you just know that you're a man. That was interesting to me because I feel the same way about my identity as a woman. My question leading up to this, you've asserted that no one would ever see me as a woman, that nobody would ever see or could see a transgender person as a woman, and yet I have dozens of friends from diverse backgrounds, women from the reservation, a woman from Japan, several immigrant women. I have my coworkers, I have my boss, my VP, my CEO, all respecting me as a woman, my family, my long-term friends who are actually here with me. All of these people assure me, like, I'm a woman. They'll tell me, girl, like, there is no way you are a man. They see me as a woman. So the question,
okay,
how can you assert that nobody would ever see me as a woman when my material experience tells me you're wrong?
okay.
Clearly, this person does look like they are a biological male, but that's his friends, right? Telling him that, oh, you look like a woman. Oh, girl, don't worry about anything. Like, that's his friends. And none of us in life should need affirmation or validation from other people to tell you that you're a man or a woman. Like, you just know that, right? So if you are a man, you would just know you're a man. If you're a woman, just know that you're a woman. This is somebody who's clearly somewhat confused.
It's interesting that that's the part of my talk you chose to ask a question about, because that's not in my talk at all. I don't believe I said that no one would ever see you as a woman. I mean, it's possible, I suppose, that you could fool someone. Now, you brought this up, so I have to tell you that you brought this up. You've put your identity on the table for conversation. And so I'm going to say you wouldn't fool me at all. I mean, I see a man 100%. And I think that most people would. Now, the fact that you have people in your life who are saying to you, oh, you're totally a woman, it's exactly what I'm talking about. No one in my life has ever once said to me, you're totally a man, Matt. You know, if a friend of mine called me on the phone and said, listen, Matt, I want you to know you're really a man, I would think that there was something wrong with him. I would say, why are you saying that at all? It doesn't make any sense. So the fact that this is a conversation to begin with tells me, it only proves the point that I'm trying to make, that your identity, even in your own mind, is up for, it's something that you need to be assured of. Now, what I would like to ask you, again, because you're standing here, and so you've brought your identity on the table for discussion. So how do you know that you're a woman?
It was first when I heard transgender persons describe their experience in their own words, and this was only about 2 years ago. Hearing somebody describe things, it was a woman from, like, England, describing her experience, her childhood, her teenage years, and it blew my mind to be listening to her, because it was just some podcast that I was listening to while I was like doing laundry. But it blew my mind to hear somebody so eloquently and precisely describe things that I had experiences
What
that
was
I
the
had
description?
experienced.
What did they say?
Okay, so I am honestly hesitant. I know that you touched earlier about the difficulty that transgender women might have in describing their identity, but I want to state, I honestly don't feel that you would engage in this conversation in good faith.
Then why are
And
you here?
so-
Why did you stand up to talk to me if you don't want to have a conversation? You're saying that you discovered that you're a woman. I'm asking you how you did. That's a very fair question.
Okay.
How do you know that you're a woman?
That's fine. All right. So first of all, listening to transgender people, and it was like, okay, this is a one-off, one person describing these things. Things like looking at yourself in the mirror and not recognizing yourself. Hearing compliments like, you are such an example, like a positive masculine role model. And just hearing that and being like, it feels like they're talking about somebody else.
I'd say that's probably quite normal in society that men would feel like that, or women would feel like that you're not comfortable in your own skin. This person looks, I don't know, fairly young, late 20s, something of the sort. Like, that could be very normal. A lot of gay people become gay because they don't feel totally masculine. And again, that's a fairly normal thing, but it doesn't mean because you can relate to other transgender people that you can relate to women or that you are the same as a biological woman. In this case, you're relating to other men, not other women.
It means feeling alone, even when you're surrounded by guys, even when you have a lot of friends. And I was active in like Boy Scouts. I'm an Eagle Scout. I had great masculine role models my whole life, and yet I never felt like I belonged. I felt welcome and
But
included.
why does that make you a woman?
Because
As opposed to just a man who doesn't get along with some other men, or a man who's depressed, or a man who doesn't feel at home totally in his body, which, by the way, is a pretty universal human experience. Everybody goes through it at one time or another. So in what
Correct.
way does that make you a woman, though? And it's interesting. You're telling me that you listen to the experiences of other transgender people,
Well, yeah.
but what about women?
So
Because trans women are women, you would say, right?
I would say that. Yes.
Exactly the same.
Yes.
Okay, well then why do
Well-
you need to hear the testimony of quote unquote trans women? Like how you pick any actual woman in this room? In what way do you know that you belong in the same category as them?
I know because they tell me. So here was the
You need them to tell you what you are?
women. Yes. I trust the opinions of the women around
And
me.
if most
it's
women-
incredible. You might try it sometime.
If most women voted and said they don't see you as a woman, would you say I'm not a woman anymore?
If who?
If most women voted and said they don't see you as a woman anymore, would you then relent and say I'm not a woman?
I would say most people on the planet have no idea who I am. I'm going to trust the opinions of the people who've spent their lives with me.
But you are relying on other people to tell you who you are, is what we're establishing.
For context, I know you like to think, I know you like to say, everybody's rah-rahing and supporting transgender people, and yet they're still killing themselves, etc. But I'm standing here in a room full of people applauding you and asking questions like, how can I put out legislation here in New Mexico, my home state I grew up in, to try to reverse transgenderism? I'm not safe.
The legislations, the laws that they put in place are not to get rid of transgender people. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I know all of them for every state, but they tend to be for younger children. They tend to be for, children can't consent to puberty blockers, for what's going on in the school. They don't tend to be for, 25-year-old adults like this person. It tends to be for the younger generations, to protect kids, in most cases.
And it
How are you
wasn't,
not safe? You just said you're standing in a room with people who disagree with you, and you're perfectly fine. So how are you not safe? Okay, look, we're going round and round. You don't want to answer any of the questions. Maybe we'll end with this because we're talking about womanhood. So people can probably shout out the question I'm going to ask you right now.
Okay.
But you know that you're a woman.
Yes.
What is that?
So gender is a social thing. It only
I don't want
makes
to hear
sense.
that. What is a
in
woman? What
No.
is a woman?
What is a woman?
The word woman, define in the dictionary. Go.
A woman is somebody who is included and respected and seen and participates in society, recognized by other women. If you speak with women,
Circular definition.
that's mine, whatever.
Okay.
Matt's right here, and he likes to say, adult human female is what a woman is. And he's 100% correct. You have different reproductive organs, different female gametes, chromosomes, hormones, muscle mass, longer legs for men. Like, the list goes on and on and on. And this person was saying at the beginning of the video, oh, I'm a respected member of my community. I have a good job. My family, my friends, they love me. I'm a cool person to hang out with. All could be true, and I don't debate that one bit. Not at all. But what we do debate is the actual truth, because truth matters. And when you start changing laws and implementing ideologies into schools and changing language and changing dictionaries, one of the major dictionaries has already changed the definition of the word woman and said that men can get pregnant. I mean, when you start doing that stuff, people start to care. Women are losing their spaces. Or you start to have children on puberty blockers. Like, that shit ain't right. Other than that, man, live your life. I could care less, to be honest with you. That goes for man, woman, trans people. Like, if you're a nice person and you're respectful and you conduct yourself with dignity, I have no problems with you. No matter what color of skin you are, no matter what your gender or sexual preference is, what you do in your own home, it doesn't affect me. But this stuff, like the truth affects all of us, and we have to stand up for it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out, everybody, and I'll catch you all in the next one.